Tree Grows in Brooklyn, Chapter 4. After she'd seen Papa off, Francie went up to see what kind of costume Floss Gaddis had for the dance that night. Flossie supported her mother and brother by working as a turner in a kid glove factory. The gloves were stitched on the wrong side, and it was her job to turn them right side out. Often she brought home work to do at night. They needed every cent they could get on account of her brother not being able to work. He had consumption. Francie had been told that Henny Gaddis was dying, but she didn't believe it. He didn't look it. In fact, he looked wonderful. He had clear skin with beautiful pink color in his cheeks. His eyes were large and dark and burned steadily like a lamp protected from the wind. But he knew. He was 19 and avid for life, and he couldn't understand why he was doomed. Mrs. Gaddis was glad to see Francie. Company took Henny's thoughts off himself. "Henny's here, Francie," she called out cheerfully. "Hello, Francie." "Hello, Henny." "Don't you think Henny's looking good, Francie? Tell him that he's looking good." "You're looking good, Henny." Henny addressed an unseen companion. "She tells a dying man that he's looking good." "I mean it." "No, you don't. You're just saying that." "How you talk, Henny. Look at me, how skinny I am. I never think about dying." "You won't die, Francie. You were born to lick this rotten life." "Still and all, I wish I had nice red cheeks like you." "No, you don't. Not if you knew where they come from." "Henny, you should sit on the roof more," said his mother. "She tells a dying man he should sit on the roof," reported Henny to his invisible companion. "Fresh air is what you need, and sunshine." "Leave me alone, Mama." "For your own good." "Mama, Mama, leave me alone. Leave me alone." Suddenly he put his head down on his arms and pulled tormented, coughing sobs out of his body. Flossie and her mother looked at each other and silently agreed to let him alone. They left him coughing and sobbing in the kitchen and went into the front room to show Francie the costumes. Flossie did 3 things each week. She worked on gloves, she worked on her costumes, and she worked on Frank. She went to a masquerade ball every Saturday night wearing a different costume each time. The costumes were especially designed to hide her disfigured right arm. As a child, she had fallen into a wash boiler of scalding hot water carelessly left standing on the kitchen floor. Her right arm had been horribly burned, and she grew up with its skin withered and purple. She always wore long sleeves. Since it was essential that a masquerade costume be décolleté, she had devised a backless costume. The front cut to display her over-full bust, and with one long sleeve to cover that right arm. The judges always thought that the one flowing sleeve symbolized something. Invariably, she won first prize. Flossie got into the costume she was going to wear that night. It resembled the popular conception of what a Klondike dance hall girl wore. It was made of a purple satin sheath with layers of cerise tarlatan underskirts. There was a black sequin butterfly stitched over the place where her left breast came to a blunt point. The one sleeve was made of pea green chiffon. Francie admired the costume. Flossie's mother threw open the closet door, and Francie looked at the row of brilliantly colored garments. Flossie had 6 sheaths of various colors and the same number of tarlatan underskirts, and at least 20 chiffon sleeves of every color that a person could imagine. Each week, Flossie switched the combinations to make a new costume. Next week, the cerise underskirt might froth out from beneath a sky blue sheath with one black chiffon sleeve, and so on. There were 24 tightly rolled, never-used silk umbrellas in that closet, prizes she had won. Flossie collected them for display like an athlete collected cups. Francie felt happy looking at the umbrellas. Poor people have a great passion for huge quantities of things. While Francie was admiring the costumes, she began to grow uneasy. While looking at the brilliant, frothing colors, cerise, orange, bright blue, red, and yellow, she had a feeling that something was stealthily concealed behind those costumes. It was something wrapped in a long, somber cloak with a grinning skull and bones for hands, and it was hiding behind these brilliant colors, waiting for Henny.